Hello everybody and welcome back to Steve on Steve Plays Crisis in the Kremlin. In the last video we got most of the beginning stuff out of the way and we really started to solidify ourselves and we actually got a lot of stuff done. So yes, let's hopefully continue the trend of getting lots of stuff done and of course destroying the West. Yes, so as you can see on these handy maps, our military power is at its peak. The USA is starting to shiver a little at the waiver, which is good for us. The war in Kashmir is still going on. The war in Afghanistan is still going on. Not much we can do about them. We have a bit of profit to spend, so we'll spend that on infrastructure because we're going to want to build up our industry to maybe 180 each because that makes it really strong. Continuation of the detente. Comrade, the reformists are offering us to arrange the meeting with the US President in Reykjavik, Iceland, and reach an agreement about reduction of the mid-range and long-range ballistic missiles. The American side also wants to discuss the Afghani question. So, we'll come there and make concessions only for strategic weaponry. That improves our relations with China and America. It makes the generals a bit pissed, and it decreases our military power a bit, but that's it. You know, there's no negative tolls. I also wanted to do stuff in the foreign ministry, in the finance ministry. So the type of economy, we loosen it up a bit to state plan with market elements, just to help our economy in the short run. Well, price policy is okay, we can change that. 5-year plans, beautiful. I want to change that to science, because that really helps our science grow, and we can do the Mars thing quicker. And also, if we ever do run into serious money trouble, which we might, we can use that to bail us out by selling technologies to America. Labor policy, we'll do parasitism fighting. Trade policy is okay. Let's see, can we change anything in the foreign ministry? Containment policy, no. Warsaw Pact, total control. Foreign policy, that's all okay. Let's see, migration, that's okay. Common Foreign Bureau. Yeah, that's all okay. Next turn then. Spies in the embassy. Our Minister of Foreign Affairs has reported that the US government is deporting 25 of our ambassadors. We will do nothing because we don't want to ruin relations with the US. We don't want to spend money on the detente. We want our reserve to stay in the positive. So how's the Gaullist support going? It's going okay. Yeah. Let's see. Relations with China are steady, so hopefully by the end of the year they'll remain steady. Extending of the SDI. The US government has increased financing of the SDI program. Do nothing. We don't want to aggravate anybody. We're just peachy as we are right now. ECM development. Technocrats among the party members suggest to create State Committee of the USSR, which will regulate and improve development of informatics and ICT, while conservative members suggest to develop industry. We agree with the technocrats who want our research and everything to be going a lot better. So, as you can see, there's no dissent within the Soviet republics. Everybody's super happy, which is surprising, but is good. Relations with China lowered a bit for some reason, but yes, they're back up. Good. Hopefully it keeps going that way until the end of the year. Yeah. Okay, so the money situation is good. We have no problem. The oil collapse didn't hit us as hard as I thought it would, which is obviously good. So, let's just keep going with it. Once we get 180 political power, we can open the interior ministry, which is useful. Yeah, okay, we'll spend money on the detente. Let's see our reserve. Oh, surprisingly healthy. Good. We have 1,000 science points, but we're gonna keep collecting until we have 3,000. Everything is a-okay. Yeah. Alright, so the year is over. Hopefully our relations with China will bump up over 80. We have a bit of money. We'll increase the light industry. Elections in Korea. For the first time after almost 40 years of bloody authoritarian regime in the Republic of Korea, there are supporters of liberalism among leading candidates. Ooh, we will wait for the results. We don't want to do anything to with North Korea at the moment. Anti-alcohol campaign. Yes, continue price rising. Brilliant. It's a nice little influx of money. We will spend it very responsibly. Excellent. Iran-Iraq conflict. Comrade, the long war between Islamist Iran and dictatorial Iraq has gone to the position phase and calmed down for a time. The USA still haven't reacted to this. How shall we react, considering that the war had started by Iraq with handouts of the US? We will start the military intervention in Iraq. Our Navy and Special Forces began a military operation in the Persian Gulf upon learning the start time with the counteroffensive of the Iranian army. When bribery of local officials and the armed uprising of the communists and other opposition forces, the government of Saddam Hussein fell. The leadership passed over to the Transitional Council, which formed the coalition Iraqi National Congress led by the Communist Party. So if you look over here, Iraq is nicely in Comecon. And I think we can do this. Yes, look at that. China's red. People's Republic of China is in Comecon. So basically, China can go down two paths. If we make them very close to us and don't like sour relations with them and keep making them included, they stay the way they are, and that's great for us. What can also happen is they can start liberalizing and abandoning Maoism and really collapsing. And then we can basically sever ties, condemn them, and then support pro-Soviets and essentially install a puppet regime. So let's see how that swings. The war in India is over. Kashmir is Indian, and let's see, invite into Comecon. Look at that. India is now in our economic union. That should really make our economy. This is great. Our economy is doing great. Politically speaking, we're all doing just fine. So everything is A-okay. Let's go. The last meeting with the U.S. ambassador has highlighted that Americans are seeking the way to mutually withdraw both NATO and Warsaw Pact troops from Europe. We will allude about potential transition to the Rapaki plan. So basically the Rapaki plan was, I think it was in the 50s or the 60s, there was a Romanian plan for USSR to basically start slow removal of troops and bases from Eastern Bloc countries. We will allude them that we will potentially do that. So that improves relations with the West, whilst we are still firmly in, we are not so firmly in control in the West, but they're not getting high liberalization and they're very loyal, so it's okay for now. We don't need to crack down yet. Profits, excellent. Let's improve our infrastructure, because if we have a bunch of factories that produce a bunch of stuff, but if our roads are crap, then what good does it do, you know? Attacking the Persian Gulf. Americans have deployed their Marines and attacked the Iranian oil fields in the Persian Gulf due to Iranian attack on Kuwaiti tankers. Launched the military operation in Iran. So that's what I was talking about earlier. Our troops, with the support of local left-wing opposition during an unsuccessful landing of American Marines, entered Iran and rapidly took Tehran. The Islamic government fell. The power was transferred to the Transitional Council, which formed a government of national unity led by the Mujahideen of the Iranian people. Would you look at that? Now Iran is now in Comecon as well. Can we send weapons? Yes. Okay, so hopefully the war in Afghanistan will be over soon. That's okay. We have enough political points to open the interior, the Ministry of the Interior. I'm sorry about that. African Che Guevara. That's Thomas Sankara, if I'm not wrong. Our recent intel states that there will be a coup against Thomas Sankara, which is so sad, who destroyed tribal organizations and began vast socialistic reforms. Thomas Sankara was a hero, and he proved that communism worked, or at least socialism. And he got fucked over by Western imperialism because they made a coup against them, because that's how the West operates. Coup was organized by his partner Blaise Compaoré, who claims that his policy worsens relations with France and Côte d'Ivoire. We can't help Sankara because we don't have like all the cooperation policies, so we won't involve. Coup was successful, they got rid of Sankara. It's very sad, but sadly we couldn't do anything, our hands were tied. Let's improve our military-industrial complex, just to be on the safe side. Let's see, America's a bit worse off, their army power is at its height, but we'll live. Everything's quiet. Let's see, Afghan war, how much longer will that keep going for? So look, the Middle East is a little bit under our control. It's quite good. Libya, Egypt, Iraq, Iran, that's good. India soon. India's not in the Middle East. That was a bit silly. Okay, everything is quiet. So when 1975 is over, I think we can invite China to the Warsaw Pact. Yeah, when 1987 is over. That's okay. Okay, some juicy profits. We'll again put them all into infrastructure, because a nation can't run without roads and etc. Death of Grecian. Comrade, today one of our previously popular and influential among people and state apparatus politicians, who was both criticized and praised, died. How will we react to this dreadful event? And is it even bad? We will pay homage to our comrade, because we don't want to be sectarian, because sectarianism is bad. Left unity is good. Alright, a bit of profit. We will put that into the MIC. I want them all to be 180 because I like nice, pretty numbers. Death of Gromyko, another one of our comrades died. Pay homage to our comrade. Okay, so relations with China are very high. They have to be above 90 for us to invite them into the Warsaw Pact. So hopefully they stay above 90 for the end of the year. America is not doing too well. France, let's see. Socialists are still in power. They'll have elections next year. Hopefully the Gaullists win. Alright, some nice profit. We'll put that here, and we want to increase our state apparatus to 250. State mechanism, it's called. That basically helps fight corruption, basically lets everything else run smoothly, which we obviously want. Let's see our stats. Our reserves they're doing fine, like, relatively speaking. They could be terrible, but we want to bump it up. New level of threat, ugh, annoying, wasting money. Profits, beautiful, put it up to 250, excellent. What else is useful to invest in? Yes, we're going to want to increase the support for ecology because I think we'll soon have an ecological crisis. This is all okay. Everything, yes, money, let's put this into support for ecology, and we'll do the same for cultural enlightenment when we can. When and if we can. Yep, everything's okay. Alright, more profit. We're making money. Our economy is doing well. This is good for us. This is very good for us. Yeah, next turn, if I have 20, I'm going to put more into KGB and the army. Everything is quiet. Let's get some more money. Beautiful. Let's put 130 to this and 130 to that. And the next thing we're going to want to invest in is diplomatic stuff, because hopefully by 1988 the Gaullists come to power, and we want to improve our diplomatic relations with the world, because firstly that will help with the relations with China, secondly it will help with the relations with America, but most importantly perhaps in the short run it will help us with relations with France. Our relations with France have to be over 80 for us to make them leave NATO, and we really want them to leave NATO. Everything's quiet. Alright, a bit more money, put it into support for the UN. Let's see. The world is in 1978. Wait, what? No. There we go. 1988. France? No, the socialists won. Crap. Oh well. That just means that NATO will be stronger for a few more years. That kind of throws a bit of a spanner in the works, but we'll manage. We will persevere. The Soviet Union will persevere. Let's see. More money into diplomatic missions because we want to be friends with the world, because of course we do. Alright, 1988 presidential elections. Basically, you can support Bush, which, why would you? Because Bush basically continues Reaganist policies, which are terrible. You can support Dukakis, which never works. I've tried it hundreds of times and it never works, so we won't intervene. Bush won, nothing changed. So US isn't doing too well, especially in terms of economy, which is great. Memoirs of the Great Knyaz. Memoirs of the Great Knyaz Alexander Romanov were written in the 1930s and tell about his life during the revolution, civil war, and after that. He analyzes the situation pragmatically and patriotically while stating that Lenin and Bolsheviks saved Russia from division and turning into a Western colony, also stating that Russia couldn't survive without Bolsheviks. His memoirs are sympathizing Bolsheviks in the end. It is weird that they weren't published. Let's publish them, of course. Alright, a bit of extra profit. We put that into UN. New level of threat. Ugh, the taunt. Yeah, basically relations with America are deteriorating, and that's affecting our reserve, which is annoying. The cult of cybernetics. This is an important event. The cult of cybernetics flourished in the 50s when young minds and scientists were dreaming of an automized, robotic, and cybernetic future, which would be able to create true communism. Yeah. However, a movement began to collapse after attacks on Professor Kitov from Khrushchev. Fucking Khrushchev, always ruining everything. Of course, attacks stopped when Brezhnev came to power, but other ideas bothered people and government weren't encouraged to restore the movement. We can't do anything about it, sadly, because reasons. Let's improve our UN support once again. It's all good. America declining, and this is good. Hopefully when we get our reserve isn't doing too good at all. Uprising 8888. After unsuccessful economical reforms and suffering from hunger in isolated Burma, mass protests have begun which grew into uprisings. It continues for a year now, and leader retirement didn't change much. Army is ready to seize power and restore law and order in the country. We will negotiate the army and support them. This just keeps Cambodia in our favor, which is okay for us. Come on, how's the war in Afghanistan not over? Let's send them weapons. Soon it should be finished. Oh, it should be over next turn. Anti-alcohol campaign, continue price rising. Great, that's some beautiful profits. Let's put this at 200 and put this to 150. Excellent. Leninsk earthquake will request foreign help because I don't want to spend money on it. It's the sad truth. Let's see. Yes, the war in Afghanistan is over. So this whole stretch of the Middle East is under our control. I don't know if Afghanistan is technically in the Middle East, but yeah, the war in Afghanistan is over, and that is really good because that helps with a lot of stuff. Black Sea incident. We will hush it up. Basically, there was an incident in which there was a small firefight in territorial waters. We'll hush it up. We don't need to cause a conflict. Excellent. Some more profits. We'll put it into Diplo. Let's see, what else should we fund? We should fund like education and all of these services. Because our economy is doing well. It's recovering. Well, it's not. Our reserve is shrinking, but we're not making overwhelming amounts of money yet. I say yet because we will, hopefully. We will save the political pluralism because we don't need to attack anybody. Wait, let me see. Yeah, we're firmly in charge. Let's see with political power if we can change anything in the Interior Ministry. Nope. You see, freedom of religion. As it should be. Yeah, cult of personality, state structure. Now, this is a very important thing. We will do autonomies. I'll explain this right now. So basically, in the Soviet Union, the states were semi-autonomous. They were like states almost like in America, They had their own government and everything like that, but in the end of the day, they were in charge of a federal government. What we did now is basically made them to like regions that are governed directly from Moscow. They have no self-government. And as such, we can do a nifty thing. Oh, you won't see it because of the camera, but there's a button here which says set communist as head. You can see set reformers head. Basically, setting communist as head lowers their loyalty just right now. But it basically, if we do it in all the countries, it means that the country's loyalty, the respective republic's loyalty will degrade at a slower pace and it will increase quicker, which is just great for us. So yeah, it will help with unity within the USSR. Great. Let's see if we can do any. I want to know if there's anything we can do in Southeast Asia. No, not yet. Okay. We don't have any. We need to have a reserve of over 400 to start like funding revolutions and stuff, which I intend to do quite well, as soon as we are able to, because that should like help push down America. But soon we'll have the Mars program, so that should be great. And that should push China's relations over 90, so we can invite them to the Warsaw Pact. All right, money. Let's do education to 90 because education is important. Everything's quiet. Next turn we should rebuilding elections. Our crewmates are suggesting to organize elections in the council, which will let the party to receive fresh opinions. No, that's just reformist crap. We will not do such things. We will punish revisionists because of course we will. All right, we have 3,000 science. Look at this, guys. Mars first landing and network of spy satellites. Why not? This will be great. Next turn. We'll use the. Okay, we don't have any profits. Let's see. First man on Mars. The far and mysterious red planet of our system has been a desert for a long time and has never seen a human until now. Comrade, I am proud to report that our mad mission to Mars is a success. So people on board of our interplanetary ship were the first ones to reach Mars. This path wasn't easy. We had to restore Feoktistov's HIS project and then send ship modules into orbit so it could be constructed by astronauts on the Mir space station. It's a good thing we invested in the Mir station. And of course we had to prepare the crew. Their deed will be remembered by world history and it could become more famous than Neil Armstrong's steps. Of course it will. Our astronauts took soil samples, filmed their chronicles of our Martian victory, and went for a walk in the desert. Arrival of our heroes is expected to be next year. Now, after our lunar and Martian victory, the USSR is the country which won the space race. Isn't that beautiful? Ugh. Show the Soviet victory to the world. The Earth was shaken by the tape of us planting the Soviet flag on Mars. Western countries couldn't believe that communistic country was the first one to send manned expedition to the Red Planet. Society of the USA was in condition close to mourning because of the latest victories of the USSR. Soviet flag on faraway Mars was the last nail to finish off the coffin of the American space program. President of the USA admitted that his country suffered a crushing defeat in the space race, so the creation of American lunar base was cancelled. Only Hollywood directors do the movies in which Americans bravely fight with the empire of evil in outer space. But we can surely say that you will be remembered by history, at least as a leader of the country which won the space race. That's awesome. I love this event so much because it's such flavor. It's beautiful. That should really shake up America. It will. And it increases relations with China to the point that I think we can invite it into the Warsaw Pact. Yes. Look at that. Now China's in the Warsaw Pact. And since relations are above 85, we can access to its... Ooh. Oh, 88 has to end. Sorry. Okay, beautiful stuff. Everything is quiet. America should start slowly declining. It's all beautiful. It is a good day for the Soviet Union. Alright, let's do this all to... Let's just improve all of these, because these are all important stuff. Everything is quiet. Okay, let's just wait until the end of the year. Oh, so much profit. Now we're starting to really rake in the cash. Let's put this to 200. Let's put this to 100. And we'll let 16 go into the reserve. How's our reserve doing, speaking of? Better. A lot better. That's good. Now, basically, as soon as our reserve gets to 400, we're going to start funding revolutions and subsidizing nations everywhere just to make our camp stronger. Okay, oh, so much profit. It's delicious. Let's just soak in all of them profits. And the year is 1989, and we have a bunch of money. We'll put the money into this beautiful, anything else? State mechanism. Yes, we're going to want to put that to 300. Let's see how, zero corruption. Beautiful. America is declining. Beautiful. Second phase of the country, Stalinist, of course. Ah, yes, of course, I forgot about China. Access to its market. Man, our economy should be doing a lot better now. This is great. This is a great high note to end this episode on. We have won the space race as the Soviet Union. The American collapse cannot be far off. So yes, I hope you enjoyed this video. Like and subscribe, leave any comments in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.